Hello there, my name is Will, and in this particular video what I want to do is go through a project that I'm writing at the moment. It's the Telegram bot manager. Now, first things first, you might be asking, what is a bot? What is a Telegram bot? Well, in 2017, I believe, Telegram released an API which allows you to access functionality of their platform, and one of those, the main functionality is bots. What is a bot? A bot is some kind of automated AI that will augment a conversation with you. You can find bots in chat apps, you can find bots in websites, games, anything that will augment some kind of chatting functionality, you can consider a bot. Now that that's out of the way, if you want a quick primer into actually creating a bot, I have on the channel, just flicking through my notes, I have on the channel a separate video about how to create Telegram bots using CSharp. You can also do it in Python as well. There is a Python API, but I chose to use CSharp as it's the language of choice that I'm most comfortable and used to. So now that that's out of the way, let's get straight into the video and actually look at what is going on. So I have here a very simple user interface that I developed. And first things first, you won't be able to see because of my OBS at the moment, but there is a visual prompt. I might actually bring it up just for the sakes and purposes of demonstration, if I can be quick enough. But what actually happens is that once I click link bot, because this application doesn't actually create bots itself, bots are created all on the Telegram side of things. More information on the official documentation, which I'll link somewhere in the description. The official documentation explains how you can create your own bots, but what this application does is that it simply links the bots to the application and then exposes the functionality via the API so you can do different things. So in this particular case, I created a little UI which allows you to pass the bot token, which is a unique code which represents your bot, which you get when you create your bot. Obviously, you want to keep that to yourself, or other people can program your bot, right? Give it a temporary name, my one as you can see here. Link the bot, and everything goes as you see. And I'm going to do a little test. What I'm going to do, I have on my desktop a version, or I thought I had a version of Telegram here. Yep. Which you can't see right now at the moment because it's off screen, but I'm going to just send a little message. I'm going to write, I don't know, QWERTY, first few keys on the keyboard. And you should see it pop up over here on the right hand side. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to write one more message. Let's try hello world again. Very famous line, hello world, exclamation mark. Going to go ahead and type and send that through to the bot. See hello world, it overwrites the previous message on the monitor, on the display. I can quite, without too much problem, quite simply really, just have like an archive chat kind of thing as you would expect to see. But for the sake and purposes of time, I just had it overwrite the text in the monitor. So I was speaking a little bit about, or if I didn't already, about abstracting the functionality of programming in C#, but giving the developer the power to access the functionality without needing to know too much of the code. That's what this manager is really all about. You can't see everything I'm going to go through here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you another screen. Once you click on tools, another drop down comes. Because OBS, it won't show unless I enable it. And just to keep things smooth, I'm not going to do that right now, but a little menu pops down from tools and you can configure the chat tree, as I call it. And what it does, it takes you to this UI, which I'll just bring to the center now. If I just move this window to the back, you should be able to see a little bit better. Here we go. And it's a very simple UI at the moment. Nothing special, nothing fancy. But what does it do? It allows you, well, at the moment, it doesn't contain much in terms of core functionality. It's still in development, but what the view is that you can create your own automated chats via nodes. So I'm going to go ahead and create a node. I just clicked it now. I'm going to quickly put it up on the OBS so that you can see it, doing it all in one take if I can, because it's just easier in the editing stage. Let's see if I can find the window. Here it is. Boom. So once you click add node, it creates a node, as you can see here. And I can do a couple of different things with the node. So you'll see it has something called the node ID. And it also has something called the target node ID and the target node ID A and B. A little bit of a glitch on the UI. This, I'll explain what's going to happen here, why it's going blue, why it's not going blue properly. But at the moment, as I said, everything is still in development, early days. But just to show you the functionality and the view with what I'm doing with this particular project at the moment. Make root node, shrink node. What does this all do? So basically, if I make another node, let's just click this button again. I'm going to quickly switch to OBS so that I can just update the visual for you so you can see. On my end of the screen, I can see 2 nodes, but you can only see 1 at the moment. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and link the second node, if I can find it. Boom, there it is. I'm just going to place it here. So what happens here? The idea behind the node system is kind of like Unreal Blueprints in the sense of abstracting the coding with a visual scripting queue. I've had it so right now, if I were to say something like hello world here, actually let's think of something else. Hello, I am a bot. Continue YN. So you should be able to see that on the screen. I do appreciate the text is really small. Can't zoom in outside of editing. So I do apologize if you're having trouble reading the text. It says, hello, I'm a bot, continue Y/N. And I have another node here. And this particular node also has a node ID. What shall the bot say? Let's just assume this is a conversation. Hello, I'm a bot, continue. And I said yes. So I could say, I don't know. What would you like to talk about? The weather. I don't know, cars. So what's going on here? I have at the moment a visual of this kind of augmented idea of a conversation going on. At least it's a visual representation. And the idea is that the code behind will link to the CSharp that actually manages the bots, speaking to the bot and how the bot behaves within a chat. Excuse me. And what's this going to allow? It's going to allow you to bypass a lot of the programming and actually get into scripting the functionality using a visual cue to make things a lot easier. And my idea is that I'm gonna link these via the IDs. So I have a hash key, and the simplest way to link 2 nodes is to get the node of the target node, the node ID of the target node, place that in the target node ID field. And you'll see that the entry ID of the second node, or should I say node 1, which is 0 index, so node 2, node 1, however you want to see it, as it's labeled at the bottom, it now received the entry ID of the node ID of the first node. And this creates a sort of pseudo link at the moment because it's all visual. There's no backend yet that's been scripted, but that's what this view is for, to illustrate what the next steps are going to be and how to use this functionality. And I actually initially wanted it so that the highlights the other node, but there was a bit of a glitch and it kind of acts up a little bit, so I need to actually fix that. But you can kind of see what I'm going for when I highlight this node. The other node kind of shines as well at the other side. It highlights, just so it's a visual cue as to what's actually being linked, because you could have maybe tens of nodes, tens of chat possibilities, and you want to know very quickly what's linked to what. Color combination is a very simple way of doing that. And that's about all to show at the moment. So simple other visual little cues you can do. You can collapse the nodes. I'm collapsing the nodes here. So just to save space, I can collapse even the nodes. I'll go ahead. I do this in the program, but I'm using OBS to move this right now because it wouldn't translate properly if I did it in the application. But since these are primarily windows at heart, I can actually move these around the screen. And if I press the dock button, you won't be able to see properly, but I can't drag the windows even though I attempt to. But once I dock it, I actually will be able to drag them, and I can expand on those as well. So this should give you a little bit of an idea as to what I'm going for with this particular app, and how the visual cue can really help, even if you're not a developer, really help you to get away with programming your bot that you create on the Telegram platform without really needing to know how to code. So this is quite a fun project. Keep an eye out on the channel. There will be some more updates as to what's going on. And let me check my notes. So yes, shout out to my old video. Like I said, once more, if you want to know a little bit more as to how this is working, or maybe you want to see a little bit more as to how this monitor is working, do let me know. Let me know perhaps in the comments. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. My name is Williams Teddy Jimo. I'll probably be putting a link to this video there as well. I'm very happy to connect with other software enthusiasts. And yes, I believe I've reached the end of my notes, basically. Don't forget to subscribe and stay in the loop. More from this project coming soon. I hope you enjoyed, found this somewhat informative. My name is Williams, and I bid you a great day. Bye-bye.